Your youth you need, my friend, when called to face the onslaught of a foeman in the fight, or for an ardent, lovely girl's embrace, who hangs upon your neck for love's delights, or youth would serve to win the sprinter's fame, the goal, the laurels glimmering from afar, or you might dance, perhaps, till daylight came, still young enough to toast the morning star, but to strike the well-known chords with skill, to set with cunning aim each heart a-throb, and find the chosen mark of your sweet will. That, sirs, I take to be a veteran's job. The more's the praise, you needn't take it all. Not that age brings childhood back again. Age merely shows what children we remain. Enough of words. For to be candid, I'd like to see some work begun. While all this pretty talk is bandy, we might have something useful done. Why talk of mood, divine afflatus, that ne'er to waverers occurs? If you assume a poet's status, command me poetry, good sirs. You know our needs. We want our brew, our liquor with some body in it. The process waits. Then I begin it. What's left today, tomorrow still to do. Lose not a day, but straight prepare and grasp your chance with resolute trust, and take occasion by the hair. For once involved in the affair, you'll carry on because you must. The German stage lets each try what he may. And spare me nothing on our special day, either of backcloth or machinery. Have sun and moon and what you will of scenery, and of the lesser fires be lavish. Give 'em a starlight fit to ravish. Of water cliffs, romantic stuff, and beasts and birds we cannot have enough. Thus, on our narrow boards, shall you bestride the whole creation's prospect far and wide, and travel cunning swift as thought can tell, from heaven to the world and down to hell. The day star, sonorous as of old, goes his predestined way along, and round his path his thunder rolled. Assistive spears join rival song. New strength have angels at the sight, though none may scan the infinitude and splendid as in primal light the high works of the world are viewed. Swift, unimaginably swift, the glory of the earth rolls round, and scenes of heavenly radiance shift to fearfulness of night profound. Like floods of sea and foaming forces, cliffs at the shuddering base are churned, and flung in planetary courses. The seas and cliffs are ever turned, and storms contend and angry fuming from sea to land, from land to sea, a chain of raging force assuming in their tempestuous majesty. The flame of brilliant devastation now lights the thunderbolts his way, but angels, Lord in adoration, hail the sweet progress of thy day. New strength have angels at the side, amazed at thy infinitude, and splendid as in primal light are all thy mighty works renewed. Since you, O Lord, are with us here once more, to ask how we are going on at large, and since you viewed me kindly heretofore, I thought I'd make one too in the menage. Your pardon, if my idiom is lowly, my eloquence up here would meet with scorn. Pathos from me would cause you laughter solely, if laughter weren't a thing you have forsworn. Your songs and words are not within my ken. I merely watch the plaguey state of things. The little god of earth remains the same queer sprite as on the first day or in primal life. His life would be less difficult, poor thing, without your gift of heavenly glimmering. He calls it leave, and using light celestial, just to outdo the beast in being bestial. To me he seems with deference to your grace, one of those crickets jumping round the place, who takes his flying leaps with legs so long then falls to grass and chants the same old song. But not content with grasses to repose in, this one will hunt for muck to stick his nose in. Have you no more to say to me? Is plaint your one necessity? Will nothing please you upon earth? No, Lord. I tell you frankly what it's worth. It's bad and drowning evils that are sent on poor things. I find it boring to torment them. Know you one, Faust? The doctor? Him, my servant. Indeed, Lord, I'll be ta'en strange and fervent. From unearthly victuals he'll refrain. His fever drives him to a lofty plain. In madness self-suspected on his part, he hankers after heaven's loveliest orb, demands from earth the choicest joy and art, and far and near, what pleases and absorbs, still fails to satisfy his restless heart. Though now he serves me in bewildered ways, my light shall lead him soon from his despairing. 'Tis not the growers see in leafy days, his saplings years of blossom and of bearing. What will you wager that you do not lose him, supposing always you will not demur about my guiding him in paths I choose him? You shall not have leave to do as you prefer, so long as earth remains his mortal dwelling, for man must strive, and striving he must err. My thanks, O Lord, for frankly it's repelling to have so much to do with the deceased. For me a glowing cheek is like a feast. I'm not at home to corpses in my house. There's something in me of the cat and mouse. Let it be so. To you is given the power that may seduce the soul from his true source, and drag him down with you in fatal hour, if you can wholly bend him to your force. But stand ashamed when called on to confess. A good man in his dark, bewildered course will not forget the way of righteousness. Agreed, my purpose is a likely horse. And little doubt I make of my success, but if I win, then clearly give me first a proper try and thank this by the dozen. Just shall bite I, lick it up with just like the snake, my celebrated cousin. And that you also have a dispensation, your kindred have had my hate or scorn, or of all the spirit of negation, the rogue is least a burden to be borne. Man's efforts sink below his proper level, and since he seeks for unconditional ease, I send this fellow, who must goad and tease and torture the creation to so a devil. But ye, true sons of heaven, shall delight in the full wealth of living beauty, sight, eternal growth, fulfillment, vital, sure, and wrap your minds in love's immortal whole, and all that life and floating some must hold, to establish it fast, in thought that shall endure. I like to see the governor now and then, and take good care to keep the relations civil. It's decent in the first of gentlemen to speak so friendly even to the devil.